every cause produces more than one effect, meaning both cause and effect are absolute necessities, fundamentals, imperatives in themselves for the continuation of anything and everything in the world and upon the planet Earth, on which we have been placed and upon which we're living and designated and assigned to by the universe, by the superior powers and gods. And this world is finite, relative, and materialistic, but is always the fusion and the resulting consequence and repercussion of both cause and effect that has led to the production, creation, and invention of all that there is before ourselves. And it's not just our own actions, endeavors, but it's also the natural consequence and the universal selection of both cause and effect that obviously has created, invented all that now is before ourselves, all that now exists before our eyes, before our perception, recognition, understanding happens not just because of our education, research, science, technology, endeavor, but because of the natural phenomena, because of the both natural conditioning of cause and effect in one or another. And obviously, if there is an effect, if there is a consequence, a result, a repercussion in our lives, then obviously there also has to be the cause, there has to be the action from ourselves, without which no consequence, result, repercussion of any kind is ever possible, no matter what we think, say about ourselves. But if there is no action, then there can be no repercussion, result, consequence of any kind either. And that means one cause leads to one effect, but the effect is not always limited. There can be multiple effects and multi-directional results from only one cause, or depending upon only one cause or reason of only the individual man himself. And that means both cause and effect are paradoxical and mysterious in themselves, because they lead to different consequences under different circumstances and situations of our lives. And it's not always about one action or source of action. It's not always about one cause that always produces and leads to one effect, but it's one cause that leads to and produces multi-directional effects and multiple consequences and repercussions at the same time, which stuns us. We're dumbstruck and we're left awestruck because we engaged in only one action, but what we got is several consequences. Now, there are obviously multiple results beforehand for ourselves to face, to confront, to recognize, because of only one action, because of only one cause. And that means every cause or one cause produces and leads to more than one effect. And that is a paradox that most people don't understand, and we will never recognize this contradiction. But this is reality.